The NHL returns to screen sport with a visit to the Civic Arena, Pittsburgh, home of the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Pittsburgh Penguins. And they're up against one of their rivals from the Patrick Division, the New York Rangers. Well, it's been an indifferent season so far for the Pens, although with 4 teams from each division qualifying for the playoffs, there's certainly no cause for alarm. The Rangers are also handily placed, but the division's hotshots are the Washington Capitals, enjoying their best season for years. Let's join the crowd inside the arena for the start of the match. But before we get underway, be upstanding, if you will, for the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ring clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Fourth meeting of the season between the New York Rangers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Rangers won the first 2. Penguins won the last one, as John mentioned, 11 days ago. And getting the start tonight is John Van Beesbrook.
31st lifetime start against the Penguins. A lifetime 13-12-2. And he looked to be a little bouncy there during the national anthem. I think Van Beesbrook fully realizes it's an important game for both himself and the Rangers.
26-year-old Tom Barrasso from Boston, Massachusetts gets the start against the Rangers.
He's played 26 games this season, as you see. This is his 27th career-wise against the Rangers. Lifetime 13-8-4. 3.27 goals against in those games.
Refereeing his 1,000th career game in the National Hockey League is Ron Hogarth. Rangers are 2-0 with him this season. Pittsburgh is 3-1. Rangers with Mark Messier centering for Adam Graves on the left, Joey Kosar on the right, Brian Leach and Jeff Bukaboom on defense. The Penguins open up with Mario Lemieux centering for Kevin Stevens, number 25 on the left, Joey Mullen, number 7 on the right. Stevens is pulled down, and a penalty to Jeff Bukaboom starting the game. Bukaboom with a hit on Mullen before he leaves.
2 great passes by the Penguins. It started with a pass from behind their own net. One quick pass up to Stevens, and he was hooked down. Lemieux with the second pass right through the middle. Stevens, a power forward with great speed, plowed through the middle and drew the penalty. Brian Leach.
Time of the penalty, 19 seconds.
It's the penalty, I believe.
Called Leach? Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, he drove through the 2 defensemen, Bukaboom and Leach. They could have called either one of them, Sam. Ended up with Leach in the penalty box.
That's it. Well, we talked about Ron Hogarth officiating his 1,000th game. This was ceremonies moments before the national anthem. He skated over to receive a gift and...
Oh, what an embarrassing moment. His wife standing there with a big smile. Hoagie, one of the true good people. 1,000 games. And he asked us to say hello to his daughter, Kelly, and grandson, Christopher James, watching in Leoville, Saskatchewan, via the satellite. Congratulations to Ron Hogarth, one of the good people in the game.
The 6th referee to reach the 1,000 game mark. He began October 16th, 1971. Lemieux chipping it toward the net. It's gloved by Van Beesbrook, and he holds on. Power play for Pittsburgh. And what's strange about the Penguins, John, with all this offensive power, on home ice, they have not been good on the power play. They've been excellent on the road.
Number 1 on the road, number 21 on home ice. Only Quebec has a worse home ice percentage on the power play. Last week they blamed the ice here in Pittsburgh, saying that's the reason why their power play is not good on home ice. It was at 13.9%, so the writers, in hearing that, said that's an excuse, went and did their homework and came out with a stat that opposition teams coming into play here Their power play 22.4%. So that puts to rest the excuse of ice being a problem here.
They've got Mario Lemieux playing one of the points, Larry Murphy the other, Kevin Stevens, Joey Mullen, and Ron Francis up front. Stevens playing it to Francis. Now Lemieux's come down the boards along the side. Back pass to Murphy. Murphy toward the net. Stick save Van Beesbrook. Bounces down the corner. Messier getting it around to Patrick. Patrick and Hardy. Messier and Graves on for the Rangers. Back pass to Murphy. Missed connection. Out of the zone it goes. Barrasso way out to play it. Steers it aside to Ron Francis. Chased by Messier, and Francis moves up ice. Just under a minute to go on the power play. Drop pass from Recchi to Stevens. He lost control, took a hit from Bukaboom. It's played by Lemieux. Centers for Stevens. Nice save by Van Beesbrook. Recchi moves it around the boards. Centered again. This time they score. Kevin Stevens.
You know, Mario Lemieux missed one pass, and the puck went back out of the zone. Van Beesbrook robbed Stevens. And then on the second shot by Stevens went low with the first shot. The second shot, he went straight up in the air with it. Both off of terrific passes from Lemieux. There's the first one. Lemieux-Stevens save and a beauty. Now watch the Rangers have the same play happen again. Both defensemen are gone, and there's the shot up over the shoulder of Van Beesbrook. Sorella was right there chasing Recchi. Leach goes right here chasing Lemieux. And because Lemieux could pass it so quickly, no one recovered. 1-0 on the power play, Pittsburgh.
27th goal of the season for Kevin Stevens. Leach had gone off for hooking at 19 seconds. Stevens from Lemieux and Recchi at 1:36. So Stevens and Lemieux remain tied for the league lead in points with 54.
1-0 Pittsburgh on the power play. That was not Leach. Leach was in the penalty box. It was Bukaboom that was chasing Lemieux when Lemieux made the fine pass. I just wanted to correct myself.
Rangers move down. Brian Leach carrying all the way in. Leach looking for shooting room. Save Barrasso. The rebound carried wide. Gartner intercepts and has it to Ogrodnik. Back for Gartner, who was blocked by Troy Loney. Gartner works at free. Waite sets up in front. Gartner against Paul Coffey, and a penalty called on Coffey. And a good effort behind the net by Mike Gartner. And the Rangers will get a power play as Paul Coffey will go off. Coffey for holding at 2:19. Rangers on the power play. They were 2 for 4 against Philadelphia on Wednesday night.
Scored on their only 2 shots on the power play. Brian Leach took a penalty. Stevens scored. Now we have Coffey in the penalty box after Brian Leach made a real good rush up ice and had the Rangers' only shot on Barrasso.
Leach drives it around the boards. Leach and Patrick, Waite, Turcotte, and Gartner for the Rangers. Put out in front. Lemieux couldn't clear, kept in by Leach. Patrick's got the puck. Now Leach. Lemieux and Airy for Pittsburgh, with Ulf Samuelsson, who's back in the lineup. He was out after surgery for elbow chips, bone chips in his elbow. And Paul Stanton, number 22, also on for Pittsburgh. Turcotte's got the puck. Now Patrick. Back to Turcotte. Gartner sets up down low in front of the goaltender. Turcotte fakes, then he shoots. It's blocked by Samuelsson. Moves it up the boards. Airy pushes it ahead to Lemieux. Penguins have 6 shorthanded goals this season. Lemieux has the puck. He's bumped, and the Rangers take it back. Leach on the move. Murphy and Roberts there. Down the boards for Grodnik. Whacked by Francis. Messier has the puck. Tied up with Murphy. Moves it behind the net. Gordy Roberts sends it up the boards. Leach there to stop it. Doug Waite. Rather, Tony Amonte, who's come on, gave it up, and it was cleared down the ice. 42 seconds to go on the Rangers' power play.
Almost looks like the Penguins are playing with a much more aggressive penalty-killing unit on the Rangers. They're attacking the Rangers in all zones.
Messier. Nice rush. Backhander is a save by Barrasso. Roberts has Ogrodnik pinned to the boards. Messier with a back pass to Pear Juice. Down low to Tony Amonte. Across for Messier. Deflects it wide. Amonte couldn't play it. Francis able to clear the zone. Mullen missed it. Murphy picks it up. Murphy joined by Recchi in the Rangers zone. One pass blocked by Leach. The other one is down the boards, and a whistle for an offside on the Penguins.
8 seconds left on the minor to Paul Coffey. It's amazing to watch the opposition when Messier has the puck. He'll move up ice on the power play. Watch everybody back in. Back in, back in, back in. Ogrodnik cuts through the middle, taking people with him, and Messier with that speed drove to the net, had a good shot, and it was a good save by Barrasso. But with Messier's speed, I think he intimidates the opposition somewhat. They'll back in, and all of a sudden, Messier's on top of the goaltender, getting himself a pretty good shot. 1,076 points in 884 career games for Mark Messier.
Sergei Nemchinov is riding a 9-game point-scoring streak. Make it 8 games, excuse me, with 7 goals in those 8 games.
Roger Nielsen was talking today. He saw Nemchinov play 4 games in the Soviet Union, and he admired the way that Nemchinov plays with and without the puck, but he didn't think he'd be this good goal-scoring wise.
Teams are back at full strength. Rangers keep it in. Joey Kosar with the puck. He's on with Nemchinov and Eriksson. Play broken up by Lemieux, sends out to Kevin Stevens. Stevens with Mullen across the line. Stevens still with it. He's taken down. Goes back to Samuelson, who shot it wide. Rolls all the way out of the zone. Race for the puck. Nemchinov gets there. Samuelson hits him. Puck picked up by Patrick. He shoots, hits the post. Karam's out to the boards. Mullen fires out. Here comes Mario Lemieux on Van Beesbrook. Save Van Beesbrook. The rebound goes wide. And Patrick comes the other way. Pretty good action.
Oh, man.
Pretty good save. Here comes Kevin Stevens. Shot it wide. Lively Karam that Van Beesbrook stopped. And he covers up. Getting the whistle.
The whistle hasn't gone, and Hogarth's right.
Hogarth said move the puck, and he does.
I don't know if you get an indication or not about the play of players early, but Kevin Stevens looks like he's ready for this one.
Put in front. Intended for Turcotte. He's ridden out of the play. Samuelson moves it up the boards for Mullen. It's passed him to Hrdina. And now Troy Loney, number 24. Hrdina, number 38, chases the puck down. Hrdina around the net. Comes out in front. Slid it all the way through. Chris King there to play it. Deflected by Yager. I think all the Penguins are flying right now.
I do too. They've got a much quicker pace to their game than what we saw here 11 days ago. The other thing is, if this style of play keeps up, we could have a 6-6 game.
Well, the Penguins have been scoring lots of goals. Here's a quick shot wide. Comes around the boards. And that shot by Jimmy Pack goes wide. Another shot by Stanton was blocked in front. Picked up by Yager. Yager with the puck. His shot goes wide. Penguins missing the net right now. Puck chopped out of the zone by Darren Turcotte.
Big save by Van Beesbrook. Lemieux very seldom gets beat on breakaways. Gretzky's never had success on breakaways. Lemieux has. And Van Beesbrook took away that hole between the legs where Lemieux tried to go.
13:35 to go in the first period. Penguins leading 1-0 on the power play goal by Kevin Stevens. Barrasso stops the puck, moves it up the boards. And the Penguins come out. Recchi leading Bob Airy. He's joined by Larry Murphy. Murphy with a shot. Glove save. Van Beesbrook bounces down. He's got it.
Wow. What action. Shots are 5-2 Pittsburgh, and I think the Penguins have missed the net on 6 or 7 other shots. Lemieux tried to go to his right to open the legs of Van Beesbrook up and then slide it back through, and the Bees are waiting for it. Nice save. Now all of a sudden, with Perjus standing up, there's a 2-on-1, and Van Beesbrook has to go way out to his left. And you see Murphy had a good shot. Van Beesbrook batted the puck down. Boy, wide open hockey. Pittsburgh has a lot of scorers. If you want to get into a shootout with this team, you're inviting trouble.
Rangers ice the puck as they missed connection on the pass. Over the last 14 games, as I mentioned, they're 10-3-1, the Penguins are. Over those 14 games, they've scored 75 goals. That's an average of 5 1/3 per game. That's a lot of scoring.
And this is a team that takes the fewest penalty minutes of any team in the division. As you take a look at Scotty Bowman, Barry Smith, and Rick Kehoe, the assistant coaches on the bench. Pierre McGuire upstairs.
And you know what Pierre McGuire is best known for, John?
No.
He quarterbacked the Bergen Catholic High School team to the state championship game in 77 and 78 in New Jersey. Heck of a quarterback. Lost to Seton Hall High School both years, though. Big disappointment. Bob Airy with a shot. Deflected in front, cleared aside by Van Beesbrook. Put in front and hit the side of the net. Airy along the boards, left it. Recchi's got it. Back pass to Murphy. Now on to Gordy Roberts. Down the boards, and around it goes Francis after it. Wait on him. Penguins carrying the play to the Rangers here in the first half of the first period. Perjus takes it away. Rangers scratching from the lineup. Randy Moeller, Normand Rochefort, and Ty Domi. Puck around the board, stopped by Barrasso. Intercepted by Waite. Taken back by Larry Murphy. Recchi tips it ahead rather Airy tipped it directly, puts it in the Rangers zone. 12:20 to go in the first. Penguins leading 1-0. James Patrick on the move. Looking for Messier. It's off the boards. Barrasso comes out to play it. Stopped by Graves. His pass in front is knocked down. Kicked by Stevens and cleared out by Coffey.
Barrasso loves to handle the puck. He loves to go to his forehand side. Adam Graves went right over to the boards and waited for the puck to come around to him. It was a smart anticipating play.
Lemieux knocks the puck down and he scores! What a play by Mario Lemieux! Oh, a brilliant play! Knocked the puck out of midair and put it in the net. 2-0 Pittsburgh.
You watch and you marvel at the ability that he has. And Beesbrook, rightly so, tried to go up ice with a puck, and there's Lemieux, and it was below his shoulder, and from there he just went to work and took his time and had to snap it up high. Had room because the Rangers were thinking offense. Maybe Van Beesbrook would have been smarter to go off the boards with a puck in hindsight, but credit Lemieux with a great play.
In front, and that shot by Messier hit the post. Rangers hit the post for the second time in this first period. Patrick earlier than Messier hit the post. Here's a shot and the save by Van Beesbrook as he robs Mullen. And this is wide open hockey.
It's like an all-star game.
Penguins leading the Rangers.
We'll be hopping across to Holland for Grand Prix show jumping from Zuid-Laren. The finest riders from around the world.
There's another wonderful week of great sport coming up on Screen Sport. Monday night at 8:30, there's a fistful of fights as we enjoy the best bouts from the USA. On Tuesday night at 8, we take the first of 6 steps on the road to Albertville and the Winter Olympics with a look at professionalism, sponsorship, and the legendary Franz Klammer. Wednesday evening at 7, there's the Orange Bowl battle between the Miami Hurricanes and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Thursday night at 9, there's a double bill of non-stop Spanish football, including the collision in the capital between the two mighty Madrid teams. And Friday night at 9:30, there's NBA basketball as the LA Lakers travel to San Antonio to try and spike the San Antonio Spurs. What a great week on Screen Sport.
Back at the Pittsburgh Civic Arena, where things have calmed down for the moment.
You know, the other teams try to slow the pace down when they play the Rangers, especially when they play in New York. This has been the opposite here. I don't think Pittsburgh likes to slow the pace down for anybody.
Hockey shot is a nice kick save by Van Beesbrook. The Rangers pick up the puck. Messier's got it. Messier leading Patrick past him. Amonte tips it ahead. Patrick gets to it, turns. Patrick puts it out in front. Barrasso pokes it away. Another chance. Barrasso's got it under the pads. As Amonte was reaching for it, he was hit by Samuelson. Graves comes in and everything breaks loose.
Amonte was robbed, and as he got the last shot, he put his arms up to protect himself as Ulf Samuelsson took a run at him, and then the Rangers went right in at Ulf Samuelsson. What gets lost here is the goaltending of Barrasso and about 3 different shots, robbing the Rangers as they try to get themselves on the scoreboard here. Ulf Samuelsson was a question mark. He had the chips taken out of his elbow.
And it looks like Ulf is heading for the penalty box. Take another look, John.
Well, you'll see some great shots here by the Rangers as they move in. Patrick moving in deep. Graves gets the shot. Messier gets a shot. Now watch Amonte get 2 swipes at it. Once, and then another one. Now watch Samuelsson go in at him and ride him all the way back into the backboards. And Amonte very aggressive, battling back at Samuelsson. The shot by Amonte from almost on the goal line nearly beats Barrasso there, the backhand. The puck's loose for a second. Now Amonte gets cleared right out.
Surprisingly, Amonte did not get a retaliation penalty for throwing that punch. Samuelsson is the only one penalized. High sticking at 13:27. Rangers have their second power play of the game. They're 0 for 1.
For all you folks that don't like Ulf Samuelsson, just signed a new 4-year deal. $3.75 million.
How do you say that in Swedish?
Lots of money. That's
You mean there are people who don't like Ulf Samuelsson? Patrick.
There's one in
blocked
Canada.
by Francis. There's one in Boston. I think his name is Neely.
Yeah, and his uncle Don Cherry.
Puck taken by Larry Murphy. Murphy controlling nicely, carries in, leads Recchi. Save Van Beesbrook off the skate. Messier tips it out of the zone. Messier moving down with Ogrodnik, Patrick, and Amante. Peels back. Rangers get back onside. Leach is also on for the power play. Francis and Recchi. Roberts and Murphy for Pittsburgh. Now Lemieux comes on for Francis. Messier for Amante. Lemieux batted it away. Recchi brings it out of the zone. Leach is back. Here goes Lemieux down the middle. There's the pass. Penalty on Tony Amante. Taking down Mario Lemieux.
But they nearly got the referee with the puck.
Last game here, Lemieux was pretty quiet. This game, it's all Lemieux. Tony Amante called for interference at 14-17.
Penguins were shorthanded. Recchi had himself a real good scoring chance. He was stopped by Van Beesbrook. And another one develops. There's Amante slowing down Lemieux as Lemieux would have been driving in alone. Amante nearly nailed Ron Hogarth with a puck when the whistle sounded.
Skating 4 aside in 1 minute and 5 seconds. The Penguins will go on the power play. Pittsburgh with Coffey and Stanton, Mullen and Lemieux.
If Pittsburgh is playing like the Stanley Cup champions.
Mullen to Lemieux, looking at the net, goes back to Coffey. Knocked aside beautifully by Mike Gartner. Gartner is on with Nemchinov, Juice, and Hardy. Stanton tying up Nemchinov. Mullen reaching in for the puck, trying to get it loose. Nemchinov's helmet has come off. Puck moved up the boards by Coffey, past Lemieux. Juice takes it. His shot is a save by Barrasso through traffic. And out come the Penguins. Mullen, now Coffey. Coffey with Mullen heading for the net. The pass blocked by Juice. Nemchinov's got the puck. Now it's Pear Juice. Penguins get the extra man on in 10 seconds when Ulf Samuelsson returns. 4:40 to go in the first period. 2-0 Pittsburgh. Hardy trying to backhand it in front of his block. Ericsson's got it, trying to get out in front against Murphy. Eriksson. Murphy stays on him. Recchi takes the puck. Lost control. Francis tips it to Samuelsson. Power play for Pittsburgh. Samuelsson for Recchi. Penguins' second power play. They're 1 for 1. With Stevens scoring early. And Brian Leach went off at 19 seconds. Loose puck. Hukaboom trying to move it. Knocked away from him by Recchi to the other side. Eriksson gets to it. 15 seconds to go on the power play for Pittsburgh as Eriksson controls. Roberts goes over along with Murphy. Eriksson moving in. Forced back by Murphy. Still controls the puck. Now Francis moves it around the boards. Barrasso stops it. That's Nemchinov's helmet down on the ice. Teams are back at full strength. Amante back on. Long shot. Save Van Beesbrook off of Stevens. Recchi gets to the puck. Now Stevens in the corner, hit by Sorella. From behind. Dangerous hit. Nothing called. Rangers move out. Turcotte down the middle. Trying to lead Amante. Amante puts it out in front. Poked away nicely by Barrasso. Sharp play. Taglianetti's got the puck. Number 32, Peter Taglianetti. Gave it away. Turcotte shoots. Save Barrasso. Rebound hit the outside of the net. Broughton has it knocked away by Roberts. Broughton has it back. Can't get out in front. Stevens has it. He's hit by King, but gets it to Recchi, who's able to clear. 3 minutes to go in the first. 2-0, Penguins leading it. Rangers have had some good chances, but Barrasso has stopped them.
And the 2 goal posts.
That's right. Patrick moving in. Patrick slides it in front. Samuelsson cleared to the side. Out comes Jerry Herdina. Herdina with Recchi to the right. Samuelsson down the middle. The shot blocked by Hardy.
James Patrick's been up ice a lot, and the Rangers trail, so why not? But the forwards have to recognize that and make sure that they cover up for him. James has been up 3 times in this first period on the left side, the far side of the ice moving in. The forwards have to be aware, and somebody's got to fill in on his position.
Troy Loney moving in. Shot blocked by Hardy. Rebound, Yager, save. Rebound, another save by Van Beesbrook. Here's a chance for Herdina, and it's blocked by King, who moves it around the boards. Stanton can't get to it. 2:15 to go in the first period. Penguins still in the zone after clear out. Rangers take control. Bookabone, pass intended for Waite, goes all the way down.
They gotta go now.
Comes out. Loney
King.
and King in center ice.
What's happened is Loney's on the ice.
Loney landed a big one.
Loney's on the ice on the line with Hrdina and Yager, two European players. King had a collision with Yager right at center ice, and it's Loney's job to protect those two players when they're out there. So Loney went right over and went at Chris King.
With 2:05 remaining in the first period, the Penguins have a 2-0 lead as Loney and King go off the ice.
I think it's 4 minutes to Loney, 2 minutes to King, I believe, will be the call. I think that's what I heard Hogarth say. You know, Loney's a tough, aggressive, good defensive winger, and Scotty Bowman has put him on the ice to be with the two European players, not known as tough guys. You'll see on the right side of the screen, way up in center ice, there's a collision with Yager, and Loney goes right over at Chris King, starting this thing. Then they drop the gloves, and they go at one another. And that was that glancing right hand that I think the strength of Loney more than anything else pushed Chris King over. So it will be a Rangers power play.
Loney gets the extra 2 minutes. He gets 2 minutes for roughing, 2 minutes for high sticking. King 2 minutes for roughing, all at 17:55. Rangers' third power play of the game. They're 0 for 2.
But what a giveaway by Taglianetti, and Barrasso, the goaltender, bails him right out. Taglianetti's pursued by Broughton. There's the giveaway in the shot. And that's when the goaltender gets his job done. Good, smart read by Barrasso. Barrasso could have relaxed there, thinking his team's got the puck, there won't be a problem. But he's been very alert, as you mentioned, in this period.
Messier with Ogrodnik and Amonte. Leach and Patrick for the power play. The shot stopped by Barrasso. Samuelson tried to clear, but fired it into the Pittsburgh bench, scattering bodies everywhere. Scotty Bowman saying, not this bench, the other bench, Schultz. We're the ones who give you the big bucks.
Say what you want about this guy, but he's tough.
He's
Look
tough.
at the smile on his face, knowing that he fired the puck into the bench. He had the surgery on the elbow, wanted to play 5 days later in Boston, of all places. And the team said no. They were worried about the infection that could develop in the elbow.
Practice today, and they said, okay, they gave him the clearance to play. Rangers power play continues, a minute and a half to go. And the man advantage, 1:35 to go, as the puck deflects up into the crowd off a Rangers stick. And that'll bring the faceoff out of the zone. Following the first period, we will have an interview with the general manager of the Pittsburgh Penguins, the former Rangers general manager, Craig Patrick, which we recorded earlier this evening. And then it's the latest installment of JD's mailbag. Which letters will he pull out? There is Craig Patrick. Boy, he's looking good.
He's on a committee now, a general manager's committee. And there's 4 of them on the committee, each one that won their respective divisions last year in the playoffs. And what happens is they will make the selections for the players to play in the All-Star game. You could call it, if you want, the Chris Nyland rule. Last year, Mike Milbury added Chris Nyland to play, and some people raised their eyebrows. So this year, after the ballots are added up and the starting players are named, the general managers will get together and make their selections for the rest of the team, which is a good idea, I think.
Patrick feeding in front, intended for Ogrodnik. Messier's got it in the corner. Back pass is tipped by Lemieux. Amonte gets to it, finds Messier. He fakes, still fakes, holds, now shoots. It's blocked in front. Ogrodnik couldn't play the rebound. Amonte gets to it. Gary and Lemieux on for Pittsburgh with Coffey and Samuelson. Messier's pass blocked by Coffey and comes out of the zone. Just under a minute to go in the power play. Patrick back in. Leach has the puck. Less than a minute to go in the first period. 2-0 Pittsburgh. Into the corner, Bob Airy. Blocked by Messier. Ogrodnik trying to poke it free. Messier's got the puck. Out to Patrick. Winds up and shoots. Glove save. Barrasso, he's got it. Little bump from Ogrodnik. Things settle down the hurry. 45.4 seconds remaining in this first period.
It's amazing to see Pittsburgh with Barrasso playing this well. When you think about them this season, they've lost all 3 games to Washington. Washington has not won a season series with Pittsburgh in 6 seasons. As you see the shots, the scores in these games this year with Washington and Pittsburgh,
8-0,
6-2, and 7-2. Washington's got their number this year. But then you look here and you see how well they're playing here in this first period. You wonder how it happened.
John, looking at this Pittsburgh lineup and knowing how well Barrasso played in the playoffs last year, and he had the best goals against average of any goalie in the playoffs, 2.60. You know that they are the big threat to come on late in the season. They know what it takes now to win, and they came on so strongly in the second half last year.
This division, Patrick division, is going to be just a great lot of fun to watch in the second half. New Jersey will get better. I think they'll make a deal or two to become better.
Here's Doug Waite with the puck. Rangers have 30 seconds to go on the power play. Juice, a penalty is upcoming. Gardner was taken down. Rangers ought to give up the puck to try and get the two-man advantage in a hurry. Rangers keeping it out to get an extra skater on. Long shot. Messier scores!
Boy, this...
Mark Messier with a power play goal.
The Penguins say the puck hit the post. Hogarth was in perfect position. The goal light went on. It looked to me as though the puck went across the line and hit the padding by the goal post to the left side. Right here by Messier. Couldn't tell if it was over the line there, but there appears to be a gap in the padding between the goal post and where the padding ends. This should be a pretty good view of it, as you'll see Messier get the puck here and take the shot. Whoop, don't quite get it. They will probably check for a replay as Messier there is looking at the goal judge. And it is now being reviewed. They want to know if the entire puck has gone across the line. And I guess it has to be conclusive. Hogarth never really made a signal as to whether it was a goal or not. I looked at him immediately. He was on that side behind the goal post, right on the goal line. Did you hear that? Modern technology says it only takes a few seconds.
Replay.
There he is, the goal judge on the phone. Oh, he is talking to them. He's about to get booed, I think.
Rangers think they have the power play goal.
This is a big play for the Rangers. They trail 2-0, 23.6 seconds remaining. Can't quite tell if it went over the line. I'm convinced, I don't know if we can get a shot of it or not, that the padding has a gap between the end of the padding and the goalpost. That's a goal.
Mark Messier gets the power play goal with 23.6 seconds remaining in the first period.
Yeah, there you see it. That's a good, I think it hit the end of that padding and then came back out across the line. Remember the goal in the playoffs last year with Calgary? There was a puck that went over the line, hit that padding, and came out, and Dan Marawelli disallowed it.
Now, I have a question for you, John. There was a delayed penalty coming up to Pittsburgh.
It's a goal. So it's because they already got the man on the ice for the advantage. The penalty's waved off.
But that would have been a two-man advantage for the Rangers.
Penalty's waved off.
Okay.
A power play goal.
And the other man returns from the penalty box. So we're back at full strength. Here's a chance for Amonte. He stopped the rebound, cleared aside. The Rangers coming on in the final seconds of the first period here. After the Penguins had dominated the first half of the period, Rangers coming on. Messier getting the goal from Turcotte and Leach. And Messier scores with 1.5 seconds remaining. In this first period, Mark Messier scores again.
Oh, what a play that was. The Rangers in the last 23 seconds took advantage of their emotions after getting the power play goal and had themselves 2 scoring chances. This is the second one. Barrasso moves across, and what a snapper that was in the nick of time. 1.5 seconds left in the period. Good heads-up pass there by Graves right across, and Messier snapped it, beating Barrasso. Patrick to Graves to Messier in about 2 seconds, and the puck was in. And the whole complexion of this first period turns
has
around.
it ever.
Wow.
Mark Messier, the captain, with 2 goals in the final 24 seconds of the first period. A period the Penguins seem to have dominated from the outset for at least a half and maybe 2/3, and then suddenly Messier, a power play goal from Turcotte and Leach at 19:36, and then Messier from Graves and Patrick at 19:58. And at the end of one, it's the Rangers and Penguins tied 2-2. Back with Craig Patrick in just a moment.
Well, what a wild and crazy first period that was. There's confirmation of the scoring. The Penguins on top early. Kevin Stevens with that power play goal after 1 minute 36. Then the magic man, Mario Lemieux, made it 2 on 8:08 with an unassisted goal. But back came the Rangers in the final 30 seconds of that first period. Mark Messier's double there. And shots, as you can see, pouring in all over the place. The Penguins just having the edge there in that first period. But a wild game in prospect. 2-2 at the end of the first period. Let's catch our breaths and join the action at the start of the second.
Leach moving away from Lemieux. Messier back to Leach. Offside Rangers. Brian Leach, who has now stretched his point-scoring streak to 12 straight games. That ties Wayne Gretzky for the second longest point-scoring streak. The first one is held by Brian Leach
at 14. Boy, has he elevated his play. It's amazing when a player like Brian Leach lifts his play up and all of a sudden he's just getting it done, especially in the offensive zone. The whole league starts to talk about it. Everywhere you go.
You talked about it from game one, John, what Messier's effect would be on some players, and I think the effect is setting in on Brian Leach.
Winning is something you can learn, and when you have somebody that help leads you like a Mark Messier, it quickens the development.
Leach gets a quick shot, gloved by Barrasso. He holds on.
Once again,
Mark Messier lurking around the net.
It's always interesting. We've talked about it a lot over the last couple of seasons, how Pittsburgh will put Lemieux on the ice and they'll make sure Coffey's out there at the same time. Well, now you see the Rangers do it a lot. When Messier and his line is on the ice, Brian Leach is on the ice. And that just gives you an added dimension offensively, and it makes the other team get back on its heels.
What's interesting in watching superstar players like Mario Lemieux, like Wayne Gretzky, like Mark Messier, is that they seem to know what is needed from them. When the Rangers need a goal, they go for the goal. When they need a play, a hit, they come up with the play.
You see Pittsburgh here change their strategy. They changed it, taking Lemieux off for the defensive draw to make sure Ron Francis, their best face-off centerman and their best defensive centerman, they put him on the ice to go opposite Messier. And it's nice to go on the road and force the other team to play and use strategies against your best players.
Icing called on the Penguins. There's Ron Francis, who is starting to come along now offensively after a struggling start.
Struggling because he missed camp because of a contract dispute.
He's got 10 points in his last 9 games.
12 goals, 32 assists in 31 career games against the Rangers. As we all remember his great days as a Whaler at Hartford.
Messier knocking it away from Francis. Penguins able to regain control. Erie clears the zone. Van Beesbrook plays it off the boards. Kept in by Francis. Francis centers, broken up in front by Boom. Recky's got the puck, back to Ulf Samuelsson. Around the boards for Francis, Amonte on him. Graves picks it up. Penguins have it again, Paul Coffey. Recchi tips it in, tries to get by Brian Leach, can't do it. Boom takes the puck, tipped out of the zone by Graves to Messier. Messier moving in, Stanton is there, the drop pass picked up by Francis. Half gone by in the second period, 2-2 the score. Jim Pack playing it behind the net. Paul Stanton firing it down the ice, and this will be another icing on the Penguins. Van Beesbrook went out to play it, fearing Recchi would get there first. Erickson outlets. Too far for Toser. Jim Pack, number 2, gets over for it. Toser rides him hard. Good pressure by the Rangers. Nemchinov taking down Hrdina. Erickson along the boards, digging for the puck. Hrdina hits back at Nemchinov. Barrasso moves the puck to Yager. Yager is bumped by Erickson.
See, the Rangers want to hit more in the second period to slow down that great, fantastic pace we saw from the Penguins over the first 15 minutes. It'll work. It'll work if you start to bang them and don't take penalties. It'll slow the pace down of the quick Penguins.
Hrdina around the boards, gave it away. Boom moving down. Centering pass blocked in front by Roberts. Kept in by Leach. He turns, looking toward the net. He shoots and it's blocked. Hrdina able to get to it. And another bad pass. Here's Leach with a puck. Backhander is blocked. Erickson gets to it. Plays it behind the net. Toser is there. Kosar looking. He's wrapped up by Roberts. Medina moves in, but Kosar kicks it into the corner. Nemchinov looking for it. Kosar keeps it alive along the boards. Good effort by this line of Nemchinov, Eriksson, and Kosar. Played wide of the net, kicked away by Barrasso, and taken over by Stanton.
They need to ice the puck. They need a change.
Rangers block it in center ice. Yager takes over. Yager against Leach. Waiting for help. Lemieux is on, but the giveaway, Leach able to clear it out. A little over 3 minutes gone by in the second period. 2-2 the score. Lemieux with Broughton on him. The back pass to Coffey. A shot blocked by Turcotte. King couldn't get there. Taken away from Priestley by Leach. Bukaboom's pass is off the stick of King, and he's got it. He's upended. Sent flying by old Samuelson's hip check. Fans roar for that one. King has been sent flying a couple of times lately.
Well, 3 straight games. Samuelson will stand up and call it a step-up play and take the body, and the key is to not get caught retaliating on him. He makes the other team take a lot of penalties.
Another bad pass by the Penguins. Penguins suddenly guilty of some bad passes in their own zone.
Because they don't have the time to make the passes that they had in the first period. The Rangers forechecking and taking the body a lot better.
That pass knocked down by Messier with the stick above the shoulder. Battle of the superstars, Mark Messier and Mario Lemieux, have been putting on a show tonight.
Now it's a battle of some hitters. Chris King moves across. He sees Samuelson coming. Wow. The hip check into Chris King, who jumped to avoid most of it, but it was a good hit. Kosar rides Pack right into the boards. Oh, man, is that a crunching hit. Joey Kosar catches it like that. He's so strong, it hurts. I mean, it's a painful hit when he catches the body.
Ford Roberts moves it up the boards, knocked down by Juice. Juice puck, Messier reaching for it, couldn't get there. Lemieux outlets to Joey Mullen. Mullen against Sorella. Centers, intercepted by Graves, coming back. Lemieux keeps it in, but his pass across gets to Murphy. The save, Van Beesbrook, on the long shot by Larry Murphy. Sorella gave it away to Lemieux. Lemieux tried to get it across. He does to Mullen. Mullen's pass deflected by Juice. Lemieux centers in front. Graves there to intercept. Fires ahead, intended for Almonte, comes all the way down. This will be a 2-line pass called against the Rangers.
Van Beesbrook kicked that last point shot out. Van Beesbrook has played aggressively. He's not staying in the net tonight. He's been way out above the goal crease.
Ogrodnik with a puck.
That'll make your year. Quit wearing black for a while.
Talk about that one game for the rest of the offseason. Puck batted around and taken back by Gartner. Out to Ogrodnik. Gartner and Francis go for it. Kept in by Patrick. Jim Pack reverses, taken by Ogrodnik. Francis on him, moves it up the board, stopped by Patrick. Back around, Gartner behind the net. Plays it up the boards. Now it's cleared out. Bounced off the stick of Waiten out of the zone. There's Mark Recchi coming in. Lost control. He's bumped by Hardy. Francis gets to it. Francis against Hardy. Hardy just rides him hard and takes a penalty. Hardy will go. Power play for Pittsburgh coming up. Mark Hardy was aggressive in his own zone, but then wound up taking a holding penalty.
Here the puck is loose and he bats at it. Recchi tried to draw a penalty, saying he got the blade in the face. And here's Hardy. And Hardy's tried to play tough here, as the Rangers have in the second period. But he took one hand off the stick and rode Francis into the boards. Sharks.
They left him here from the other night. The Penguins have turned into Sharks. Oh, were they showed no mercy to the Sharks the other night. Well, 8 goals in the second period.
But they didn't get any in the third. Oh, it's because they got Millis out of there and put Hayward in goal. That's why.
10-2. Boy, they played him twice, and they've outscored him 18-2. Lemieux, power play Pittsburgh, their third. Shot by Mullen is a save. Rebound bouncing past Stevens. Leach was taken down. A penalty call. That'll do it for the Penguins' power play. It's over. And they'll be even up on the ice. Just 16 minutes into the Pittsburgh power play. Hogarth calls a tripping penalty on Joey Mullen for taking down Brian Leach.
Pittsburgh penalty.
Stevens upset, but it's Mullen going into the penalty box.
Time of the penalty, 5:51.
Well, that didn't take long to even things up, and here we go now with some action. Van Beesbrook with the save, and Joey Mullins out in front. There's the penalty. So now you think about this. The Rangers have had great success with a 4-on-4 situation, and that's with Leach and Messier on the ice. But then you look at the other side, you see Coffey and Lemieux. Fasten your seatbelts. This could be a little bit of fun right now.
Well, it's Messier, Gartner, Leach, and Patrick. I don't think you have anybody else better on the Rangers squad than these four. Lemieux, Stevens, Coffey, and Samuelson for Pittsburgh. Lemieux tugged down Leach. Patrick moving in. Samuelson bumps him. Coffey moves the puck up the boards. Gets it back. Sends it around the other side. Patrick comes over, off his stick and out of the zone. Then he picks Stevens, denying him access to the puck. Leach sending it to Messier. Messier moving in. Messier backhander blocked by Samuelson. Lemieux sends it out of the zone to Stevens. Lemieux breaking down the left side. Stevens to Lemieux offside.
And Lemieux just got by Brian Leach right up by the Pittsburgh blue line. And he just took off, and Leach couldn't catch him because of Lemieux's great stride, and by a hair the Penguins were offside. So we went about 38 seconds and never had a shot on goal with all his talent on the ice. Here you'll see Leach move in on Lemieux, and he'll power past Leach on that play. Now he's got a stride. Ooh, boy, that was a close play. That was tough to tell. The linesman said offside, so that's that.
Hardy got called for holding at 5:35 and Mullen for tripping at 5:51. Eventually the Rangers will have a 16-second man advantage. That'll be in 1 minute. 13:20 remaining in the second period. 2-2 to score. Penguins scored the first two. Stevens and Lemieux. Messier getting the next two. Steal by Leach. Drops to Messier. Messier around the net. Gartner set up in front. Messier shoots. Save Barrasso. Leach has the puck. Leach looking. Messier cutting in. Leach away from Coffey. Out to pair Juice. Juice looking for shooting room. Down the slide he comes. Backhander is kicked away. The rebound knocked aside by Barrasso. Lemieux outlets. Coffey touch pass for Stevens. Stevens moves in against Leach. Stevens pass blocked by Leach beautifully. Taken back by Juice. 4-on-4 stuff is pretty good. Here's Juice across the line. Big shot. Saved by Barrasso. In 10 seconds, Hardy will return. Knocked away from Murphy by Messier. Rangers change. Rangers get an extra man on in 2 seconds. Hardy is out of the penalty box. 16 seconds remaining in Mullins' penalty. Shot by Murphy. Glove save Van Beesbrook. And he holds on. 12:21 to go in the second period. Larry Murphy, who's been around with a couple of teams, has really played well after coming to the Pittsburgh Penguins from Minnesota. Murphy starting with LA, going to Washington, on to Minnesota, and now playing well in Pittsburgh.
Plus 21. He's fourth in the league in the plus minus. It seems the bigger the game, the better Murphy plays. Canada Cup, played very well for Canada last year in the playoffs. He played well in every big game that he was needed. He's just an acquired personality. He'll relax somewhat during the regular season, but when you ask him to play well in a big game, there he is. You have to give him credit. He deserves the credit.
12 seconds remaining in the man advantage for the Rangers. It is their fourth power play of the game. Lasting only 16 seconds. Wait with a drive into the corner. Taken off the boards by Airy. Leaves it there. Koster ties up Roberts, and the teams are back at full strength. Mullen is back on. Roberts has the puck. He's hit by Koster. Moves it around to Hrdina. Mullen clears the zone. Just under 12 minutes to go. Second period. 2-2 the score. James Patrick leading Joey Koster. Koster moving in against Murphy. Cuts in front. Save Barrasso. Wait gets to the puck. Nice move by Koster. Fired from a sharp angle. Gloved by Barrasso, and he holds on.
Koster's had a lot of scoring chances coming down the off wing in recent games.
Shots are even at 18 apiece.
They were 13-4 at one time in favor of the Penguins. This is Joey Koster. He's normally a right winger, right-handed shot. Comes down the left side and does get the shot on goal. Remember, he scored the goal against San Jose on Millis on a similar type play.
Hrdina getting it to Loney. Loney bumped by Juice, moving it down the ice. Van Beesbrook out to play it away from Jágr. And it's out of the zone, brought back in by Hrdina offside. Hrdina did not like the call. Jágr not too happy about it either. but showing less emotion than Herdina did.
Talked earlier about Brian Leach breaking the record, team record. He had a 14-game point streak earlier in the season. He had 20 points scored during those 14 games. He now has a 12-game point streak going, and he's already scored 22 points in those 12 games. So he's 2 points over that earlier streak, and if he can catch the 14 games, boy, it tells you a lot. I guess we get spoiled when we watch him every night, and sometimes you just don't notice some of the things he does. Now you watch him elevate it just a little bit more, and you really notice it.
There's the puck off the boards to Herdina. Around the net. Loney is there. Now Herdina's got the puck. Centering for Yager. Off his stick. Out comes Turcotte. Turcotte against Roberts. Now against Murphy, who knocked it aside. Roberts plays it to the boards. Herdina tries to clear the zone, and he does. Covered by Juice. Just under 11 minutes to go in the second period. Turcotte tipping it ahead. Penguins back for it. Larry Murphy's got it. Murphy moves away from Turcotte. Off the boards for Loney. Now Yager picks it up, moving in on Bukaboom, who stays with him. Loney gets to it. Save Van Beesbrook. Knocked aside by Leach. Turcotte plays it off the boards out of the zone.
Bukaboom nailed Yager, rode him into the boards, and Yager very slow getting up.
And then Loney took down Broughton. And Hogarth, looking back, did not see that one. So tit for tat on the ice. Bukaboom nailing Yager, and Loney gets Broughton.
Yager tries to get you fishing for the puck when he beats you one-on-one. Bukaboom stayed with the body and then just rode Yager heavily into the boards.
Here comes Messier, moving in, couldn't beat Stanton. Nice play by Stanton, clears the zone. Francis going for it. Knocked aside by Bukaboom. Jamie Leach, I believe this is his first shift of the game. Rangers pick up the puck. Graves and Amonte moving in on Jim Pack. Graves for Amonte, hops over his stick. Amonte bumped along the boards. A hit by Graves. Amonte against Francis. Graves against Stanton. Centered by Messier. It's loose in front. Loney able to backhand it out of the zone. And Bukaboom goes back for it. 9:35 to go in the second. Messier's got it. Finds Jan Eriksson. Quick release to Brian Leach. Leach with a back pass for Amonte. Eriksson in the corner. Bumped by Francis. Around the boards for Patrick. Got some room. Now Coffey picks him up. Centering pass knocked aside with a glove by Barrasso. Francis hit the back of the legs of Recchi with a pass. Rangers come back in. Eriksson against Coffey. Centers for Nemchinov. He shot it wide. Patrick keeps it in to Eriksson. Eriksson back pass to Hardy. Now to Patrick. Save, score! Sergei Nemchinov does it again.
This line has had a great second period. Nemchinov, Eriksson, and Joey Kocur. Kocur took the one-timer. The pass across from James Patrick, and Kocur shot the puck off the pass, and he's over on the wrong side of the ice again, playing on the left wing side. And Nemchinov, he just smartly stayed in beside the goal. Watch the pass across. There, beautiful pass from Patrick. The one-time shot on goal, and there's Nemchinov finishing the play, and the Rangers score their third straight to take the lead for the first time. Good fake pass right there by Mark Hardy. The one-time shot, and there's Nemchinov. Forechecking set all that up. That line has been good, very good here in the second period.
The Rangers take the lead for the first time. Nemchinov with his 16th from Kocur and Hardy at 11:02. And for Nemchinov, that gives him points in 9 straight games and goals in 8 of those 9 games. What a streak he's on. Van Beesbrook plays it up the boards. Hardy takes over. 3-2. Rangers leading it. 8:40 to go in the second. Kocur with the puck. Pushing it ahead. Shot by Eriksson is blocked. And Murphy takes the puck. Rangers forechecking in this second period has been excellent.
Hitting and taking the body. Here they're offside now as Patrick couldn't quite keep the puck in.
Rangers have the lead. 8:30 to go in the second. Nemchinov has put the Rangers in front.
16 goals for Nemchinov. 39 shots it's taken.
Pretty good first year, huh?
Oh, man.
He leads the NHL in shooting percentage.
His best buddy on the team is Jan Eriksson. They room together on the road. And when they get on the same line, and it's much like Troy Loney is with Herdina and Yager, it's Kocur on that line with the 2 Europeans. And we're
We're working on the English for Nemchinov. We got him to say Happy New Year today. Here's Lemieux moving in. Lemieux centers. Stevens shoots. And the Penguins thought they scored. Van Beesbroek's got the puck. No goal, says Hogarth.
I tell you, Van Beesbroek, it was a sensational save. First of all, he makes the play with his goal stick to deflect the pass across from Lemieux, breaking up what would have been a sure goal. And then the puck came back at him. It appeared to be bouncing towards the empty net. He reached back with his glove. Watch this pass in the goal stick. There, that breaks up what would have been a tap-in goal. Now watch the glove hand. Off of Joey Mullen. Wow, Van Beesbroek snares it out of the air.
Man.
Sensational save to keep the puck out of the zone. Lemieux sees the man in front. Look at the goal stick. Little deflection. That would have been a tap-in. Now the puck goes off of Pear Juice or Mullen, and Van Beesbroek. Great movement and concentration. This should be a real good view. The puck goes over the goal line in the air. It's a goal. But we'll see Van Beesbroek's glove hand reach back. Oh, Mario, you got in the road. Come on.
Mario thought it was in.
Yeah. No goal. It's not even appealed. Hogarth was right on the goal line. 3-2 Rangers.
7:50 remaining in the second period. Here's Mullen moving in against Leach. Mullen to the backhand. Save Van Beesbroek. It's behind him and wide of the net. Messier and Lemieux battling for the puck. Lemieux fires it across. Played by Mullen. Leach staying with Mullen. Mullen ran into his own man, and Leach breaks down with Tony Amonte. Samuelson back. Leach cuts in. Leach shoots. Save Barrasso. Oh, terrific save by Tom Barrasso. Leach with a puck toward the net. Saved by Tom Barrasso as he kicked it away. Shot by Boom goes wide. Leach couldn't keep it in the zone. Mullen trying to break past him. Messier takes over and plays it across to Boom. Here comes Lemieux. Fan giveaway. And the pass missed connection on Mullen. Amonte takes over. 7 minutes to go. Here comes that wide open action again. Stevens across the line with a puck. Feed to Lemieux. Avoids Graves. His shot deflects off Leach. Graves moves it up the board. Kept in by Stevens. Penalty coming up on Boom. Lemieux's got the puck. Pass to Murphy. Back pass to Lemieux. He shoots it. It deflects over the top. Roberts around to Murphy. Murphy puts it in front, and it's missed by Recchi. And it comes out of the zone. A delayed penalty. The Penguins have 6 skaters on. Mullen's got the puck in center, and he is jumped on by Adam Graves.
Joey Mullen's the player that drew the penalty to Boom. It's about a minute and a half shift for Joey Mullen. He got robbed. He then ran into Coffey. The Rangers had a breakaway. Then he drew a penalty.
Boom called for holding at 13:31. Penguins' 4th power play, second of this period. Yager was taken down by Hardy, but actually it was Yager holding Hardy's stick that caused it. Power play for Pittsburgh. And they have 4 forwards on. Ron Francis is playing one of the points. Recchi, Herdina, Yager up front with Murphy and Francis. After that long shift by Mullen and Lemieux, they had to come off. Here's Herdina against Hardy. Hardy and Patrick, Erickson and Nemchinov for the Rangers. Yager playing it to Recchi. Out to Francis. Toward the net wide. Herdina comes out in front. Now Recchi shot it over the top. I don't know if either Hardy or Van Beesbroek got a piece of it. It looked like they deflected it. One of them did. Recchi's got it. He's pressed by Hardy. Now Patrick's got the puck. Nice pass. Found Nemchinov. Nemchinov across, 1 minute to go. The Pittsburgh power play dropped to Erickson. Now for Nemchinov. He took it wide. Beautiful play between Nemchinov and Erickson. Murphy's got the puck for Pittsburgh. 50 seconds to go on the power play. Yager carrying. Dumps it off to Lemieux and gets it back. He shoots a save by Van Beesbroek. Recchi moves it around the boards to Lemieux. Now Larry Murphy looking toward the net. And they score! It was tipped by Mark Recchi. And the game is tied. Penguins with their 2nd power play goal.
Recchi, one of the smaller players on the ice, went into heavy traffic. He's a slasher and a hacker. He can stand the tough play. He'll go to the front. And you see a slow deflection that sneaks through the legs of John Van Beesbroek. Murphy makes a good play here. He waits until the players drive to the net. And there's the play. Both Yager and Recchi were in front. It was a slow wrist shot that was redirected. Kind of changed up on the Beezer. And it went through the legs.
They accredited Jaromir Yager with the goal. Murphy gets an assist. And Mario Lemieux, 3 points in the game for Lemieux, a goal and 2 assists, giving him the league lead in scoring. Yager gets credit for the goal, his 13th from Murphy and Lemieux, a power play goal. Penguins' second power play goal. So throw away those stats about them being terrible on home ice, just against the Rangers on the power play.
As soon as you mention these things, look what
Oh
happened.
yeah, blame it on me. Sure, get everybody on my case. 4:39 to go in the second, all tied 3-3. You got to look at a real winner there, and Kevin Stevens, who has 1 goal in tonight's game, 27 on the season, second in the National Hockey League to Brett Hull, who has 30.
Scotty Bowman has kept his lines pretty much intact for this game.
Tony Amonte against Paul Coffey. Coffey pulls him down. Graves against Lemieux. Lemieux sends it to Mullen.
Got Mark Messier hurt, I think. He seemed to take something up high in the face. He was down on the ice when Paul Coffey and Tony Amonte were down there too, and I didn't see what happened. It looks to be a facial injury of some sort. Maybe the old schnoz. Maybe he got clipped in the nose. I don't think it's an eye. But he was down. He lost both gloves and his stick. And he's a tough guy. And for him to react like this, you know, it's really bothering him. The linesman now being talked to by Hogarth in case they saw something. Take a look now. That's Amonte moving up ice, or is that Messier?
No, that's Amonte.
That's Amonte, and Coffey's on him. Messier will move in and get the puck. And Kevin Stevens is with him. Stevens comes right up and catches Mark in the face as the puck was shot out. There's Stevens shooting the puck out, and the follow-through of the stick came up and caught Messier probably across the bridge of the nose. I imagine he may have had some problems seeing, as the eyes will water up somewhat with a blow like that.
Seems to be okay on the bench. Play continues. Eriksson has the puck, leading Nemchinov down the boards. 4:10 to go. Put in front Coffey, breaking it up. Second period, tied 3-3. Team with a goal here in the second. Nemchinov in the corner. Out to Bukaboom. Wrist shot, knocked down in front.
It's been the Rangers' best line in the second period now. Nemchinov with Koster and Eriksson. How will they do against Lemieux, though?
Lemieux against Leach. Lemieux centers, pushed ahead into the corner. Stevens puts it in front off the stick, and they score! Mullen on the rebound. Joey Mullen continues his brilliant play for the Pittsburgh Penguins. In the last 13 games, he has 20 points now with 8 goals and 12 assists.
Well, this is his 17th goal of the season. This puck went off of Van Beesbroek's goal stick right out to Mullen. It's Lemieux, though, putting the double deke on. He didn't beat Leach, but he finds the open man. As Samuelson had moved in, there's a pass across, and Mullen's left alone. The #1 scorer all time for a U.S.-born NHLer, and Mullen adds to it. Goal number 17, as he knew where to be at the right time. You know, Mike Gardner just talked to Hogarth, too, wondering why there wasn't a penalty on the play where Messier was caught accidentally on the follow-through by Kevin Stevens.
I don't think anyone saw it.
I agree with you.
3.5 minutes to go in the second period. The Penguins, who had a 2-0 lead in the first period, had the Rangers score 3 straight to take a 3-2 lead. Now have answered back with 2 straight, and they have regained the lead. Mullen with his 17th from Stevens and Samuelson at 16-12. The corner boards. Lively bounce in front. Patrick clears the zone. Following the second period, Mike Richter will be our special guest in the studio live. We'll send you back to the MSG Sports Desk for an update with Bob Page. Francis lost his stick, and Ogrodnik picks up the puck. He hit the referee, Ron Hogarth, in the skates. Patrick playing it into the zone, and Jim Pack clearing it out. So Kevin Stevens now with a goal and an assist in the game, giving him 55 points on the season. Lemieux with a goal and 2 assists has 56. Running 1-2 in the scoring race right now. Yager against Hardy. Toward the net, stick save, Van Beesbroek. Van Beesbroek seems to be deep in his net now, John.
Deeper than he was earlier, and the pucks are just starting to get away from him a little bit. That last rebound got away from John, as did the little tick play. He tried to ricochet the puck away from his goal net on the Mullen goal.
Now Yager coming in against Patrick, plays it across for Hrdina. Went to the side of the net. Van Beesbroek sends it off the glass, bounces down. Hrdina gave it up to Turcotte, coming out with Ogrodnik on the left, joined by Broughton, who's trailing the play. Turcotte taken out by Roberts. Broughton centering pass deflected by Murphy. Ogrodnik in the corner against Loney. Broughton with a hit. Turcotte reaching in. Work 3. Broughton's got it in front. Turcotte stopped by Barrasso. Great save on a nice setup from Broughton to Turcotte.
It was the hit by Broughton in the corner, and the corner work by King that helped set up that play.
King had come on replacing Ogrodnik on the line. 1:25 to go in the line change. Juice back for it. Picked up by Stevens. Ahead for King. King moves in against Samuelson. Takes the shot off of Samuelson. It goes into the crowd. And play stops with 1:12 to go in the second period. The Penguins have the lead, 4-3. John Van Beesbroek, dangerous moment here.
It's kind of a surprising shot here by Yager. There's a look at Van Beesbroek, how deep he was. As you saw Hrdina drive in looking for a rebound. Shots are 25-24 overall in favor of Pittsburgh, and that one shot's the difference. The Penguins lead 4-3.
Messier and Lemieux for the face-off. Messier wins it. Shot by Leach deflects over the top, bounces down. Messier goes for it. Against Samuelson, pass across for the cutting Leach. Then the shot taken by Graves went wide. And Samuelson has it under a minute to go. The second period. Stevens to Lemieux. Lemieux looking for Mullen. Broken up in front by Bukaboom. Rangers come back. Leach has the puck. Amonte down the right side. Amonte against Coffey. Coffey breaks up the rush. Lemieux moves it around the boards and out of the zone. Leach picks it up. Just under 40 seconds to go. Up the middle on goal. Stopped by Tom Barrasso for Samuelson. Off the glass, out to center. Bukaboom there. 30 seconds to go in the second period. Cut pass picked up by Graves. Graves takes the shot. High. Messier against Mullen. One hand around the board. Samuelson plays it. Now it's Kevin Stevens for Joey Mullen. Mullen taken down in center ice. Puck given up to Leach with 10 seconds. Leach and Messier. Messier to Leach. Takes the shot. Deflected wide. Coffey's got the puck. Out of the zone, and that'll do it. Period comes to an end. One last shot on Van Beesbroek by Recchi. And play stops. Sellout crowd here in Pittsburgh. 16,164 cheering the Penguins, who have regained the lead. Rangers had taken the lead for a while on the goal by Sergei Nemchinov at 11:02, but at 14:57 it was Jaromir Jagr tying it, and then Joey Mullen at 16:12 giving the Penguins the 4-3 lead. Back with Mike Richter in a moment.
Three more goals then in that second period for the fans here at the Civic Arena to enjoy. For New York, it was Nemchinov. They didn't enjoy that one very much, but they loved the next two. Jaromir Jagr with a power play goal on 14:57. And then Joey Mullen giving Pittsburgh their 4-3 lead with an assist from Kevin Stevens and Ulf Samuelsson, that goal on 16:12. In terms of shots on goal, just one shot in it now, 25-24 Pittsburgh lead. It's still wide open as we join it in the top of the third.
Messier, Graves, Amonte, Hardy, and Patrick for the Rangers. Lemieux, Stevens, Mullen, Murphy, and Roberts for the Penguins to start the third period. Rangers have won 4 in a row. They're 7-2 in their last 9. The Penguins have won their last 2, 4 of their last 5, 10-3-1 in their last 14. The Barrasso stops the puck around the boards from Mullen. Bounces down to Hardy. Long shot wide of the net. Around it goes. Amonte plays it. He's hit by Roberts. Messier's got it. Roberts trying to tie him up. Messier trying to break free. Pokes it into the corner. Past Amonte. Lemieux picks it up. Lemieux, long pass. Coming all the way down. This will be an icing. Patrick is back for it. Play stops. On Thursday, the Rangers had their Christmas party at Madison Square Garden, and boy, was it a beautiful day. Mike Gartner, his wife Colleen, their daughter Natalie on the ice. There is Ian Van Beesbrook. You know, if Bill Veeck were alive, he'd put him on a team and have him skate.
He's a legend.
Brian Leach and his girlfriend, Sergei Nemchinov, and his daughter. It was a great party. JD was out there. There's Chris King and his little one. JD and his two beautiful daughters were there.
It was a marvelous, marvelous day.
And your lovely wife, I should say.
Where were you? Or you were there, but where were your skates?
Well, my skates, my sons and my wife have demanded that I go on the ice next year.
I went to Radio City after that with my family. What a show that was. Beautiful.
Just a marvelous party, and credit the Rangers staff. Mark Piazza and Maureen Brady doing a marvelous job of putting the party together at Madison Square Garden. It's just beautiful.
It really was. They are to be commended.
Joey Koster moving in against Paul Coffey. Around the net. Coffey staying with him. Recchi takes over, moves the puck up the boards, and it bounces past Joe Cirella. Jeff Bukaboom goes back for it. A minute and a half gone by in the third period. The puck going down the ice, and the Penguins have to go back to play it. Jim Pack, number 2, is there. Off the boards. Van Beesbrook stops it on the other side. Juice chased by Yager. Air Juice gets away. Now Ogrodnik looking. Playing it into the corner. Karams to the far side. But it's taken by Jaromir Jagr. Jagr weaving his way through center. Drops it off for Paul Stanton. His shot knocked down by Van Beesbrook. Cleared aside. And a whistle. The net was knocked off the moorings. Exactly 2 minutes gone by in the third period. The Penguins leading.
This line here for the Rangers on the ice now, centered by Waite with Gartner and Ogrodnik. Rangers would love to get a little offense going from them in this third period. They've had just 2 shots combined in the first 2 periods.
Check on Loney. Juice takes the puck. Taken away by Jagr. Jagr checked by Waite. And Cirella goes for the puck. Loney on him. Now Ogrodnik. Waite couldn't handle it. Sent back the other way. Jagr to Paul Stanton. Stanton against Cirella. Wrist shot gloved by Van Beesbrook. Plays it off the boards to Ogrodnik. Off the back of his skates. Waite tied up with Jagr. Jagr has it knocked away by Gartner, and Cirella moves it. Roberts there to stop it at the line. Long shot deflected in front. Cirella blocked it. Pass by Hrdina went behind Loney, and the Rangers take over. Gartner moving. Lifts it into the Pittsburgh zone. 3 minutes gone by in the third period. 4-3. Pittsburgh leading it. Rangers chase it down. And this is an icing. Went off the stick of Jaromir Jagr on the Pittsburgh side of the red line. Bringing the icing call, James Patrick has an assist in the game. Also hit the post in the first period. Penguins got the first 2 goals, and Mark Messier scored 2 goals in 22 seconds in the final minute of the first period that turned the game around for the Rangers. And the Rangers led in the second period 3-2 when Nemchinov scored, and then the Penguins have regained the lead on goals by Jagr and Mullen. Roberts hounded by Amonte. Up the boards to Patrick. Back into the corner to Amonte. Now to Graves. Wrist shot knocked down off of Murphy. Roberts with Amonte on him. Roberts goes down. Still has the puck. Up the boards. Hardy pinching in. Pressing Stevens. Now Murphy lifts it clear. Knocked down by Graves. Back comes Amonte. Messier against Roberts. Roberts taps it away. Lays it up the boards to Joey Mullen. Patrick pinching in to take it away. Centering passes behind Messier. Hardy plays the puck. Roberts back into the corner for Murphy, and Messier gets there. Out to Hardy. Back down the boards. Roberts tries this side, and the Penguins able to clear it out. Lemieux lurking at the red line looking for a break. Rangers were able to stop that. Graves pass across, tipped by Lemieux. Hardy gets it. A little over 4 minutes gone by in the third. Here comes Stevens with Coffey. Coffey's got the puck swept aside. Coffey against Bukaboom. Knocked down by Van Beesbroek. Around the boards. Samuelson keeps it in for Pittsburgh.
But that shot by Coffey from the bad angle was on goal. That's only his second shot in this game that he's registered on Van Beesbroek.
Messier playing it across. Amonte sends it into the Pittsburgh zone. Rangers change. Barrasso sends it around the boards. Bounces down to center. And Leach puts it back in the Pittsburgh zone. Barrasso leaves it for Coffey. Forced by Nemchinov. Up the boards for Mark Recchi. Across for Francis, who puts it into the Rangers zone. Van Beesbroek stops the rolling puck, moves it around the boards. Off the stick of Recchi. Eriksson looking for Nemchinov. Goes across to Koser. Koser into the Pittsburgh zone, winds up for the shot, knocked away with a blocker by Barrasso. Eriksson moves it, but Recchi takes over. A little over 5 minutes gone by in the third period now. 4-3, Pittsburgh leading it. Nemchinov tips the pass. Van Beesbroek pokes it away. Kept in by Pack. High shot glove by Van Beesbroek, and he holds it. Tom Barrasso has made 22 saves in the game.
The Rangers moving into the offensive zone. It was a slap shot, and a pretty good one by Joey Koser. That line's been good. This line here is a little quiet as we look at the matchup. Hrdina against Waite. Each team going with 3 lines here in the third period.
Loney against Juice. Working along the boards. Puck loose to Yager. Wraparound blocked by Van Beesbroek. Yager against Waite. Wards off the check. Yager heading for the net. Slides it in front. Battle going on. Juice and Loney. It was kicked outside to Hrdina. And the Rangers were able to clear it out. Pack has it back.
Penguins love to use that wraparound with players and those long reaches like Lemieux and Yager. And the Rangers practiced that this morning at both ends of the ice to prepare their players for it, the goaltenders in particular.
Hrdina's got the puck. Lead for Stanton. Save Van Beesbroek off his chest. He clears the zone himself. Back for it goes Yuri Hrdina. 14 minutes to go in the third period. 4-3. Penguins leading it. Yager gave it away. Turcotte moving in. Brought into the net. Turcotte taken down. The puck taken away by Murphy.
First time this line's been on the ice in the third period for the Rangers, and a good hit immediately by Chris King.
King across the line, coming down the slot, gets free, he scores! Chris King with a tremendous effort.
Yeah, he changed hands, he let go of the stick, his own stick to shed the checker, and then got his hands back on the stick. A marvelous play. The defense spread out for Pittsburgh, so King went driving to the net. You'll see a hook, and you'll see Chris King take his arms off the stick to get rid of the checker. The turnover right there. Now the Rangers have the puck in the neutral zone. Watch Chris King's stick and watch his arms as he's hooked by Roberts. He takes one hand off the stick, uses it with the left hand to put the hand back on the stick to take the shot. Wow! What a play, what a shift as that line got on the ice for the first time in the third.
Fabulous effort by Chris King. Ties the game 4-4. King unassisted at 6:21. King's 4th goal of the season. Patrick sending the puck all the way down. This will be an icing as Murphy gets there for the touch and play stops.
Well, a lot of players just drive to the net and they get hooked, And a lot don't have the presence of mind to take the hand off the stick to shed the checker. Watch his right hand. He gets hooked. He lets go of the stick, puts it back on the stick when he got rid of the checker, and scored on the backhand, beating Tom Barrasso. A brilliant play by Chris King. Another good angle to look at it. There he goes. Gee, what a nice play that was as Chris King ties it up for the Rangers at 4.
Back to the point man. Coffey sends it across to Samuelson. Gloved by Van Beesbroek. He dropped it off. Van Beesbroek did to Patrick. Now Graves outlets to Amonte. Breaking down. Coffey is back. Cutting in is Amonte. Saved by Barrasso. And Coffey slid into the net. Knocked it off the moorings. He's a little shaken up on the play. Great cut by Amonte. And Coffey went off balance and slid into the goal.
Paul Coffey a little shaken. He hit his back, and he's also checking the blade of his skate. This is the pass. Adam Graves with a cross-ice pass to Amonte. Here's the move, the shot and the save, and a beauty as Coffey goes in. Look at the slash. See that? That was Samuelson's stick coming down in a chopping fashion. He broke the blade off his stick as he caught some Ranger on the right side. Samuelson got away with that one.
Coffey lost his balance and couldn't stop. He just went sliding into the post hard.
Yeah, he was checking the edge on his skate blade as he thinks that's the reason why he went down.
Really nice move by Amante.
You know, if you watch,
scoring chance.
oh, that's a great move to cut across. But Adam Graves has great vision in the neutral zone with those cross-ice passes.
4-4 the score. Chris King now has goals in 2 straight games, having scored in the game against Philadelphia on Wednesday night. Sergei Nemchinov has points in 9 straight games, stretching his scoring streak with a goal. 8 goals in those 9 games, saved by Barrasso on Leach's long shot.
Sure nice to know that Nemchinov playing so well, and if somebody on the other team wants to take a run at him, number 26 is on the right side there just in case.
The 26 is playing some good hockey.
Yes, he really is.
Around the boards, Nemchinov, as Joey Kosar was speaking of course.
Tough guys at times will nullify what could be aggravation on the ice. And with Kosar out there, it nullifies people taking a run at Nemchinov.
Here's Nemchinov, Eriksson on the left side. Nemchinov goes in, feeds Eriksson, he shoots, he scores! Jan Eriksson on assist from his buddy Sergei.
His buddy Sergei is a terrific passer, but he hasn't had many assists on the season. Only 3 going into this game. King scores on a marvelous goal, and that was some play. Now look at this shot. Barrasso's going down. Eriksson roofs the shot. Top corners, a 2-on-1. Jim Pack. And there's just a terrific shot over the shoulder inside the goal post and under the crossbar by Jan Eriksson. And that line has been terrific in this game. We talked about it early in the second period. They give the Rangers the lead.
And here they go, back and forth. Pittsburgh scored the first 2 goals. The Rangers scored the next 3. The Penguins got the next 2. The Rangers have scored the last 2. It's 5-4 Rangers. Just under 12 minutes to go. Save Van Beesbrook on Jamie Leach, and it's cleared aside.
Now watch Pittsburgh. They may just open this thing up like crazy, and all of a sudden the Rangers may end up getting 2-on-1s. The key is to take advantage of those situations.
He is to get the next goal. Gardner is onside. He's moving in, trying to beat Samuelson. Sets up Wade. It deflected off of Coffey wide. Wade was upset. Actually tripped up on the play. Penguins clear the zone. Eriksson with his 4th from Nemchinov and Vukaboom at 7:48. 2 goals in 1 minute 27 seconds, giving the Rangers the lead for the second time of the game. It's 5-4. Rangers were offside as play stops. The Knicks win again at Madison Square Garden. I believe they're 12-0 at the Garden. 106-97 over the Utah Jazz.
Boy, they really missed Bobby Lewis, the director, didn't they?
He left town.
Yeah, he's here.
Took care of business.
He's here working with us in Pittsburgh.
Bobby Lewis feels he's bringing the Rangers luck tonight.
All right.
Races on. Messier gets to the puck before Roberts. Tries to play it to Graves. It comes to Amante. A shot blocked by Francis. Murphy backhands it out of the zone. Just under 11 minutes to go in the 3rd period. 5-4 Rangers leading it. Hardy stopped by Loney. Patrick takes the puck off the stick of Amante. Roberts sends it the other way.
I just get the feeling that Lemieux's next shift, he's been well rested. His Pittsburgh a shift ago used Leach and Priestley. They're giving Lemieux a few extra seconds to rest on the bench. I think he'll be real fresh his next shift. The Rangers got to be prepared for it.
Big battle in front between Francis and Hardy. Meanwhile, the Rangers regain control, and Amante moves in. Amante trying to beat Murphy, gets in front, and the shot score! Adam Graves has given the Rangers a 2-goal lead after a tremendous effort by Tony Amante. Now, sets it up.
Remember Amante's last scoring chance, he cut to the middle on the inside of the defenseman. This time he goes to the outside, so he changes it up. Good pass by Patrick. Now, last time he cut in. This time he changes gears and goes outside on Murphy. There's Adam Graves, and he's not picked up at all as Recchi stood beside him, didn't pick him up, and Graves scored. Great change of speed by Amante. Cuts to the outside. There's the shot and the goal. Scotty Bowman told me a year ago, as he was scouting for Pittsburgh, we were in Boston. He saw Amante. He says, you know, John, he reminds me of Yvonne Cornway. I'm telling you the way he plays. Well, that looked like it on that play with the change of speed to the outside and cutting to the net.
Two-goal lead for the Rangers for the first time. It's 6-4. We're coming down to the midway point of the third period. The Rangers have scored 3 goals here in the third, unanswered. Lemieux is taken down by Broughton. The fans roar. Play continues. Hogarth looks back. Play goes on. Nothing called.
Well, is it something for the Rangers to get contributions goal-wise from King, Erickson, and Graves in the third period of a big game?
Graves with his 5th from Amonte and Patrick. Penguins are offside. And now we've got some pushing and shoving. King is in the middle of it, trying to get to Lemieux.
That's right.
Jim Pack.
Lemieux got upset
in front of him.
Lemieux got upset with Boom, and they now have words. The Rangers would love for Lemieux to lose his cool a little bit and try and get him off the ice.
9:40 to go, third period. Joey Kocur back on the ice. You look at Mario Lemieux. Let's see what happened here on this play, John.
There's Broughton all over Lemieux as the puck went by him. Broughton made sure he stayed on top of Lemieux, so Lemieux couldn't get back into the play quick enough.
Leach going back to the puck. Yager bearing down on him, but Boom picks him off. Lemieux taken down by Kocur. Kocur lost his glove and his stick, which Lemieux pushed aside. Meanwhile, the shot by Leach goes wide. Action going on all over the ice. 9:20 to go in the third. 6-4, Rangers leading it. Yager gave it away to Nemchinov. Clears the zone to Erickson. Coffey is back. Erickson and Amonte moving in. Pass to Amonte is tipped by Yager, hustling back. Amonte back pass. Juice shanked the shot. Yager takes the puck and clearing the zone. The goal by Graves. Here's Nemchinov coming in, winding up, shooting wide. Goal by Graves, his 5th from Amonte and Patrick at 9:36, giving the Rangers 3 goals in a span of 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
And Checkers score all 3 goals. Graves went by Recchi to score that goal. Graves and Recchi were roommates way back in 1987 in Moscow at the World Junior Championships.
Shot deflected off and juiced out of the zone. Coffey recovers. 8.5 minutes to go in the third. King, Erickson, and Graves scoring goals here in the third. Here comes Messier with Amonte. Messier against Coffey. Messier centers. Amonte scores! And the Rangers lead 7-4.
Oh, the speed by Amonte and Messier has been awesome in the third period. Look at that lonely soul, but he's a happy one. Messier goes wide on the defenseman and then just dumps the puck in front to Amonte, and boom. Watch Messier go through the neutral zone, take the puck from Amonte and go wide. Real wide, quick on Coffey, a little pass in front, and that pass completed the give and go, and the Rangers have simply rolled here in the third period. 4 consecutive goals. What a third period. Wow. Astonishing to watch as they have done everything right. Remember, I mentioned for the Rangers to be real aware of Lemieux's next shift. They were. They knocked him down twice and got in his face once, and Lemieux was not a factor on that shift.
Tony Amonte with his 14th from Messier at 11:42, giving the Rangers a 7-4 lead. Penguins led 4-3 coming into the third, and the Rangers with 4 straight goals. Lead for Jamie Leach. He shoots wide around the boards, played by Recchi. Centers off the stick of Murphy. Murphy recovers. Murphy looking toward the net, centers for Jamie Leach. Backhands it in front, goes all the way through. Ogrodnik trying to get to the puck. Able to clear the zone. 7.5 minutes to go. Tipped into the Rangers zone. Van Beesbroek plays the puck. Off the boards and out. Rodney reaching, rather closer reaching forward. It was knocked away. Nemchinov knocked it down and Leach recovered. Off the corner board, Sorella plays it. Missed it. Erickson takes over. Stanton sends it back, and a whistle for a 2-line pass called against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Play stops with 7:09 to go in the third. Lemieux had the Penguins charged up early, a goal and 2 assists in the game, but the Rangers have taken it away from him and the Penguins here in the third with 4 goals in a span of 5 minutes and 21 seconds. The Rangers lead 7-4. Nemchinov to Kocur. Save Barrasso. Mullen moves it up the boards. Stevens blind pass broken up by Erickson. Mullen has it back. Mullen moves across to Lemieux. Back for Mullen. He's tied up and Beesbroek covers up.
Rangers have to make sure the pace They slowed down, which they're doing, and they're taking the body very well. Since about the 13-minute mark of the first period, the Rangers have played very well. The first portion of this game, the Stanley Cup champions looked like the Stanley Cup champions.
It looked like it was out of here, out of Dodge,
exactly right.
and it was a blowout.
Remember, the shots were 13-3 at that point in favor of Pittsburgh. They're now dead even at 33 apiece. The Rangers lead by 3. Rangers have had contributions from all sorts of different people in this one.
Shot by Samuelson, blocked by Kosar. Messier's 2 goals in the final minute of the first period turned the game around. Nemchinov backhander is blocked by Coffey. 6.5 minutes to go in the third. But this great third period for the Rangers, one of their best of the season, if not their best, has given them a 7-4 lead.
It's all part of the process of learning how to win.
And against Pittsburgh, pretty good way to do it. Verdina with a shot blocked by Bukaboom. Leach takes over. He joined us late. Leach has extended his point scoring streak to 12 consecutive games and set a team record for assists in 10 consecutive games. Into the stands goes the puck. And the whistle stops play. 5:52 to go in the third period, with the Rangers leading 7-4. The game summary looks like this. Mark Messier, 2 goals and 1 assist. Brian Leach setting the Ranger record with his assist on one of the Messier goals. Rangers with 4 goals and 5:21 here in the third period. King with a tremendous goal to tie it. Erickson with a go-ahead goal. Graves made it 6-4. Amonte made it 7-4.
Every one of those goals were nice goals. Every one of them.
Shot going wide, so you'll have to pick the goal of the game, huh? Across the line comes Yager, trying to get a shot off. He's ridden out of the play by Leach. Bukaboom sending it off the glass, down the ice. Barrasso comes out to play the puck. Would have been an icing. Clears it out. Graves takes it back for the Rangers. Knocked down by Herdina. And Beesbrook stops the puck. Leaving it for Bukaboom. Plays it up the boards. Graves going for it. Graves controls. Pass tipped out of the zone. Off the stick of Yager. Messier moving down the boards. Messier trying to set up Amonte. Murphy clears it out. 5 minutes to go. Third period. 7-4. Rangers leading it as they look for their 5th win in a row.
Saw Pittsburgh fly for the first portion of the first period, and you wondered what was going to happen as they led 2-0. But it tells you the old story, doesn't it? It's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
You got it. Gary moving in, drops it for Recchi. Recchi shoots, save Van Beesbrook. Doug Wade able to clear the zone. Pack sending it the other way. Gartner goes for it. Rodnick checked by Stanton. Keeps it alive to Gartner. Gartner brings it across. Wade left the line too soon, offside. This is the 12th sellout here in Pittsburgh in 18 home games, and they're starting to file out.
Ladies and gentlemen,
yes?
Elvis has just left the building.
Oh.
Mike Lang, the fine, good guy, the play-by-play man of the Penguins. Whenever the Penguins salt one away, that's his line.
Jerry Glanville leaves some tickets for Elvis tonight. Jim Pack. Pack against Juice. Good hit by Pear Juice. Loose puck. Juice trying to get a stick free. He does. Under 4 minutes to go in the third. Rangers have had only one better third period. That was against the LA Kings when they scored 5 goals in the third and went from a 2-2 tie to a 7-2 win on home ice. But this period has been tremendous for them. 3.5 minutes to go. In front. Coffey. Save Van Beesbrook. And the Rangers come the other way. Joey Kosar hits Nemchinov. He's in. Nemchinov shot it wide.
He put it through the legs again. There's a penalty coming up, though, to Pittsburgh. Somebody, I think it's Samuelson slashed, and he lost his stick on the play. Kosar would love to get at him, and I don't blame him. Samuelson has a knack of giving you a pretty good shot when you take the shot on goal. It was a good pass. I think it was by Kosar. He made sure he gained the Rangers' blue line, so it wouldn't be a 2-line pass. And then Nemchinov loves to open the goalie's legs. Play turned around on this save. Coffey's there, boom, the save. Now watch Kosar. He'll move up ice and gain the blue line before he hits Nemchinov. Perfect pass. Now watch the stick. It's coming. Oh,
Oh,
baby,
man.
does he love to do that.
Oh.
Nemchinov had Barrasso beaten, but the puck went wide. Tell you, Wolfie Samuelson, that's why a lot of players don't like him. And he slashes like that. And did he ever give him a hack?
I think he's earned his reputation.
I think you're right. I mean, he got, even though it was a one-hand slash, he got the stick up, and he got it way up, and he came down from about 11 o'clock high and whack right across the arm as Nemchinov put the puck through the legs and wide.
Couple of notes as we glance around other games in the league. Fred Hull has 2 goals tonight. He leads the league with 32 now. And Pat LaFontaine, who returned to the Buffalo lineup last night, has scored in Toronto for the Sabres. And he played with that full face mask, looked like a helmet from outer space, and got an elbow in the head from Troy Millette.
See that one? Wow.
Troy Loney has gotten a 10-minute misconduct. Samuelson has gotten a 2-minute slashing penalty with 3:18 to go in the third, and the Rangers leading 7-4.
Remember, Samuelson got away with a slash earlier in the period, a similar play, and he broke the blade right off his stick on that one. This time he got caught.
Rangers' 5th power play of the game. They're 1 for 4. Rangers leading 7-4. They trailed 2-0. 2 goals by Mark Messier in the final minute of the first period. Turn the game around. Gartner shoots. Save Barrasso. Juggles it and then holds
The
on.
Rangers have had success this period scoring on Barrasso up top, and that's what Gartner saw, and he tried to go high, but this time Barrasso stayed right up on his feet, and the puck went right into him up high in the chest. Patrick finds Waite, who moves it wide, and there you see Barrasso staying up while making the save and then going down. I think it was Doug Waite with a nice against the grain pass to his winger, Mike Gartner.
Murphy moves the puck out of the zone. Under 3 minutes to go. Rangers, if they hold on to this lead, will be 7-2 in the month of December.
Rangers playing Turcotte on the left side here in place of Ogrodnik on the power play.
Grodnick's been bothered by a bad head cold, and maybe it's affected him a little bit.
He plays on the other unit, of course.
It was shot by Hrdina, trying to get a deflection from Murphy. Now Leach has the puck. Leach and Patrick. Waite, Turcotte and Gartner. Wait for Juice. Juice tied up by Stanton. Carries around the net. Back pass to Leach. Messier has come on. Messier has the puck now. Now it's Turcotte with a quick shot is saved. The rebound played by Recchi, and it bounces out of the zone. 2 minutes to go. Messier with a puck. And now Pear Juice. 1:45 to go. So Grodnick now on. He's tied up by Jim Pack in the corner. Almonte reaches in. Now it's Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik against Jimmy Pack. 1:26 to go, and the puck is frozen for a face-off in the Pittsburgh zone.
Try and think of a player of the game for this game for the Rangers. You could think of a number of them. Messier, Almonte, Nemchinov's been very good. Joey Kocur, in my mind, may have had his best game as a Ranger. There's Wayne Cashman talking to him on the bench. Kocur may have had his best game as a Ranger. Smart defensively and very good offensively.
You look at the big plays, the Messier 2 goals, Nemchinov sending in Erickson for the go-ahead goal. King's goal was a tremendous effort that tied the game. Stanton with a shot that's gloved by Van Beesbroek. Bounces down, 1:10 to go. Stevens clears the zone. Now Bukaboom. Pack takes over.
Remaining in the period.
Under 1 minute to go in the game. 7-4. Rangers leading it. Teams are back at full strength. Rangers go 1 for 5 on the power play. Almonte looking for the puck. Clears it out. Coffey sending it back in. Stopped for Hardy. Rangers next game Monday night on home ice at Madison Square Garden. Another important division game against the New Jersey Devils. That shot taken by Kocur was gloved by Barrasso. Coffey's got the puck under 30 seconds to go. Recchi across. Recchi against Sorella. Centering pass. And cleared out by Bukaboom.
Koser will get a penalty. Back checking, pulled down Priestley. Koser's on the ice in the last minute here with Messier and Eriksson, just in case something crazy happens.
Stevens with a big drive into the midsection of Van Beesbrook. The whistle stops play, and with 10 seconds to go, fourth. Oh, okay. No problem. There's the score by Murphy on the power play with just under 4 seconds to go. Murphy scores to make it 7-5. A power play goal. Penguins' third power play goal of the game.
Well, what that does is hurt the statistics for the Rangers penalty killing, which have been so good all season. This is the third time, I believe, the Rangers have given up 3 power play goals in a game. The face-off was controlled by the Penguins. And you see the puck find its way through.
See Mullen
Jumping
jump
out of
up.
the way, yeah.
And the shot going underneath him.
Rangers with a big win, 7-5. Great third period for the Rangers. They just turned it on and controlled almost every area. Too bad for Van Beesbrook as they give up the power play goal late, but it's a win. It's a win on the road. It's a win in the division. It's a win against the Stanley Cup champions, and it's a great third period.
So a tremendous finish then from the Rangers in that final session with 3 goals. They'll keep the pressure on the Washington Capitals at the top of the Patrick Division as Pittsburgh's inconsistent form continues. More NHL action for you next week here on Screen Sport, but for now it's goodbye from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh.